Okay, everybody, it's been a long time. It's been about 3 weeks since I've uploaded a reaction, maybe even a little bit more. Now, I am still sick, but I'm going to try my best to not get too excited when I talk, because really the hardest thing for me is if I cough, it really affects my eye. Sometimes you don't really think that, coughing or something like that affects it, but yeah, when you cough, it exerts a lot of pressure, and there can be a lot of things that go on when you cough. So I just have to be really careful. I am going to try to do some reactions today. So a couple of weeks ago, I put out a poll. Now let me take a look at the results here. So this is the most up-to-date results on this poll right now. Now over 600 people voted for this, which in and of itself, that's pretty amazing. But it came down pretty close. I mean, The Warning won, but they did not win by a lot. So I am going to go ahead and honor this. What my goal is, I'm going to try to do 5 The Warning reactions in a row. And then I am going to do 3 Dimash, because they're second place. I am going to go ahead and do 2 Angelina Jordans. And then I'll throw in an Elite Bata and a Burger Kill, because those came in 4th and 5th. I thought that only fair, and it definitely gives me a plan. Now, whether or not I'm going to be able to do those in the next week, I don't know. But we're going to start with The Warning. Now, when I put up on the poll the results, and I said I was going to be doing The Warning, and The Warning won, people recommended that I kind of go out of the normal Warning reaction. And so I went ahead, and what I did is I tried to find maybe some little nuggets, some little tidbits of things that are unusual or unique. Not just hi guys, we're gonna do Lunario, and you've all seen this video a billion times. I'm going to mix and match a little bit. So what I am going to be doing pretty much on my next 3 reactions, we're going to focus on 2 things. A vlog that the girls did almost 4 years ago to this day. And this was their vlog that they posted for the Hell in Heaven festival. Now, if you're a patron, you have to be careful when you're uploading vlogs. You have to make sure that it's a vlog that's made public and not one that's unlisted. What a lot of you may not know is when you are a patron, you get access to a ton of videos and material that normally people can't see. So I did double check. This vlog is a public blog, and it was uploaded back in December of 2018. But from what I remember, the Hell in Heaven festival, that was way back early. Well, not early, maybe it was like May of 2018. So kind of like I said, almost exactly 4 years ago. So if it was 4 years ago, Ale was 13, Pau was 15, and Danny was 17, right? So this should be very interesting. So I'm going to throw in a little bit of a mix of the vlog, and then we're going to go from there, okay? And there they are, right off the bat. All right, let's go ahead and get this started.
Hey guys, Hey. Okay, so we're gonna do a little recap of.
Okay, right off the bat, having it start with Ale saying hi guys, I'm not used to that. So that's pretty cool right there. It just kind of threw me a little bit. So let's go ahead and let's start over with Ale saying hi.
Hey guys!
Hey. Okay, so we're gonna do a little recap of our weekend at Hell in Heaven Fest.
So we arrived there Thursday night, and the next day we got prepared to go and play. We were pretty excited, pretty nervous, and
Yes, excited and nervous, especially because of the weather. Like,
oh yeah,
we thought
but
it were gonna rain.
It was gonna rain, but the weather was amazing. Honestly, it was like perfect. So we made it to the venue, and we were setting things up, and then the first band started.
Dun dun dun! Heavy metal band all
It
the
was
way.
like death metal, right? So we were like, we are not gonna fit in here. And okay, so the first one wasn't even like. We thought it was really heavy, and then the second band started playing, and it was like even heavier. Woo!
We were the third band.
Yeah, we were
to
the third
play
band to play.
in the main stage.
So we were pretty nervous
Okay.
at the.
Okay, so yeah, I get this. You know, I've seen some interviews, maybe some like radio stations or even people that have done reactions calling The Warning a heavy metal band. They're definitely not a heavy metal band. They're rock. They're as rock gets. 80s, 90s, early 2000s, they're rock. And there's no bit of metal at all. So I can kind of see, how they would be so shocked. What I did is when I saw this vlog, I pulled up the Hell in Heaven Fest. Here's the poster. So looking at the poster, and this is the actual poster. So it was the 4th and the 5th of May, 2018. We've got Scorpions, Ozzy, Deep Purple, Judas Priest. We've got Mastodon, Sabaton, Megadeth, Marilyn Manson, Gojira. And then way down at the bottom, we've got The Warning here. So yeah, as you can see, definitely a lot harder than The Warning. So I can understand, these girls are so young, and here they are playing in front of a bunch of metalheads. So I get that. They were probably a little bit nervous. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go back a little bit and watch this a little bit more.
And then the second band started playing, and it was like even heavier. Woo!
We were the third band.
Yeah, we were the third band to play
in the main stages.
So we were pretty nervous that the people that were like the audience was not going to like us because we were not a heavy metal band, and it was a metal festival. And I was just afraid they were going to start booing and throwing stuff or something.
Yeah.
And
Tomatoes. And when our turn came, there were, an hour before when we were watching the first and the second band, there weren't many people there. I mean, it was really early and the festival was just getting started. So we really thought that we weren't gonna be playing for a lot of people.
A large crowd.
Yeah.
But okay, then showtime came and there were a lot more people. But by the time, like half of the show, there were like so many people, we couldn't believe it.
It was like as far as you could see, there were still people.
Wow.
We were like, whoa.
Yes.
I don't know if it's our biggest crowd, but it's definitely the biggest crowd that we've actually like seen. So
Wow. So it's definitely not their biggest crowd now. That would definitely be the Foo Fighters, the For a Soul show. But way back 4 years ago, they played in front of a lot of people, it sounds like. Now, I'm going to give you a little heads up. I really do try to stay unique to first times. And so this vlog is not a first time for me. I have seen this vlog in its entirety. And this is kind of what gave me some ideas on what to do next. Now, I did pull up not only the poster that we looked at, but I pulled up their set list for this show. They played 7 songs, which is not too bad for the third band in a big festival. So they played Unmendable, Exterminated, 21st Century Blood, Runaway, Copper Bullets, Dull Knives, and Survive. Now, I have done reactions to quite a lot of these. One second. But what I thought I would do, so a few weeks ago, I made the Evolution video. If you haven't seen it, it'll be at the end of this clip here. I highly recommend you look at it. It is a step-by-step evolution from when the girls first started out, with a rock band, to, playing For a Soul. It was a labor of love for me. It took probably about 3 weeks for me to compile everything, edit everything, and finally get it uploaded. So it took quite a while. So I highly recommend you take a look at that. But as I was doing it, I saw on this, when they were doing this EP, I saw Runaway, and it was like, I've heard bits and pieces of it, but I've never listened to the full song. And I even went, if you watch that Evolution video I did, I even went to a piece of the Heaven and Hell video and took a blurb of that because the ending is so amazing to that song. So Runaway, this is what I'm going to do a reaction to today. And we're going to be doing it from the Hell and Heaven Fest. I think I said Heaven and Hell. It's a Hell and Heaven Fest in front of quite a lot of people. So let's go ahead. Let me pull up the actual video itself. If you want to watch the video in its entirety, I will go ahead and post that link below. But let's go ahead and start the reaction. This is going to be Runaway at the Hell and Heaven Fest.
Safe haven is unsafe at all. Begin the plane slowly starts to fall. Nothing's good, but nothing's truly bad. We're only options going down this path. We keep looking for these holes, so we're lost to see them fall. We were born to die, but you're not like our lives. No one is too much right.
Now, as you probably saw by the thumbnail on this, I did go a little clickbaity. I just thought it was absolutely adorable with Ale there with her pigtails on the side and her black and red. It was a unique look for her that I'd never seen before. And so I kind of threw that little baby metal twist on it. And yeah, in the thumbnail, that is Ale's face on one of the girls from Baby Metal. So looking at this right now, and after listening to the beginning of the vlog, it kind of puts a whole new perspective. They're playing in front of thousands of metalheads right now, and you can see Danny's got a little bit of fierceness already as she's playing. So I'm going to start over again, but I am going to stop every once in a while. So that's the riff that I'm talking about. That was just, it stood out so much to me when I was doing my Evolution video. I love that riff. It's kind of like a little breakdown that goes back into the verse. And watching this, it looks like Ale is almost being more of a show person than Danny right now. 13 years old, and she's got nerves of steel up there right now. Backup vocals, moving around on stage, and she's got the swag. Totally loving it. And I gotta say, this is probably from that EP, probably my favorite song. And there's some really good songs on there. But let's go ahead and back up just a little bit. Okay, I got to stop there. Backup vocals sound so on point. Now, I've been gushing about Ale so much, but Pau, 15-year-old Pau, okay, 16-year-old Pau, I might have my ages off a little bit. Let me think. So 4 years ago, so Pau is 20. This was 4 years ago. So Pau's 16. So Ale might be 14 here. But Pau, even at 16, this little drum, normally she's just doing some toms, fills, but her animation when she does it and her energy, it draws you to watching her, and it drew the camera person here to watch her. But anyways, I love the backup vocals from both Pau and Ale, and I love this song. I love it. So yeah, I've got the ages figured out in my brain. It took me a moment. So it is Ale at 13, it's Pau at 16, and it's Danny at 18. Sometimes my brain doesn't work too well. And for some reason, I always thought that they were 2 years apart always, but not the case. So I get it. It takes me some time, but fantastic for these young ladies to be playing in front of probably tens of thousands and being able to deliver that kind of a show. I remember in my band, I wrote a song called Runaway. And a lot of people thought that I stole it from Bon Jovi's Runaway. It, had a little bit of a theme, kind of the same, but so this song, not even close. Didn't sound like it. The lyrics have nothing to do with that. So I loved this performance. I love this song. This is definitely one of my favorites from their early years. One of my absolute favorites. Now, looking at their set list for the tour that they're on right now, it doesn't look like they play Runaway anymore, which is a shame. And but I get it. They've got so many songs in their discography right now, in their repertoire. But anyways, I made it through. My voice is definitely, doing what it normally does, but I didn't cough. Knocking on wood. Everybody out there, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for part 2 of the Hell and Heaven Fest. I'm going to dig a little bit deeper into this concert and look at maybe a couple unique things. Everyone, stay strong, be safe, and have a great, great day. Bye, everybody.